everyone, my name is Emily and I'm here today to talk with you about the importance of stretching and flexibility. So just as an overview, I'm going to go over the benefits of stretching, flexibility and the importance of that, stretching guidelines, and also some local resources for you. So you may think of stretching as something only performed by runners or athletes, but the fact is we all need to be stretching in order to protect our mobility and independence. And a lot of people don't know that stretching is something that should happen on a regular basis, not just something to do before or after a workout. So why is stretching so important? First and foremost, stretching helps to keep our muscles flexible, strong, and healthy. And we need that flexibility to help maintain a good range of motion in our joints. Without that, our muscles shorten and become tight. And then when you call on those muscles for activity, they're weak and unable to extend all the way. And this puts you at risk for joint pain, strains, and muscle damage. For example, sitting in a chair all day can cause tight hamstrings. And this can make it harder to extend your leg or straighten your knee all the way, which inhibits walking. So stretching really helps to increase that range of motion in your joints, which helps to reduce the incidence of muscle strains and sprains. It also helps to prepare the body for everyday work stresses. So no matter if you have a desk job or a job that requires you to be physically active, stretching can help you prepare for that. It also increases circulation to muscles, which is good for your brain, and it releases muscle tension and stress as well. Stretching helps to improve overall body performance. So this is why you see athletes stretching before a game. They wouldn't be able to make those game-winning catches or be put under extreme physical stress unless they were able to be flexible. So kind of think of it like this. Just like a football player wouldn't do their job without stretching first, because their goal is to stay safe and perform at their best. Your goal is the same in your job, and stretching can help you achieve that. What is flexibility? So flexibility just means having adequate muscular length to allow your joints to move more efficiently and freely. And good flexibility allows the body parts to move without compressing tissue or nerves. And as we age and become more inactive, we lose that range of motion and flexibility, which is why we need to consistently work on it. And if you're flexible, you're less likely to strain something because your range of motion is greater and you won't overextend or cause injury. So I want to go over the who, when, why, and how of flexibility. So we'll start with who. Anyone and everyone can learn how to stretch regardless of your age or flexibility. You know, whether you're young or old, or even if you bend over and can't even touch your knees. You can always learn to be flexible with practice. When? Anytime is a good time for stretching. So first thing in the morning, our body can be kind of stiff then. So when we stretch, it can get our blood flowing to the muscles and kind of wake us up. After sitting or standing for long periods, some of us have desk jobs or have jobs that require us to stand a lot, so stretching is good for that as well. Anytime you feel tense or stiff, and then at random times like watching TV or talking on the phone. Why? Again, as we age, our muscles tighten and our range of motion in our joints can be minimized. And this can put a halt to our active lifestyles and even hinder our day-to-day activities. So I know some of you guys might have children or grandchildren, and of course you want to be able to keep up with them and stay active with them for a long time. So that can be a good motivator of why you want to work on this flexibility. And incorporating a regular stretching program can help you lengthen your muscles and help you to be able to do those activities. So when it comes to frequency, you want to try and stretch at least 3 days a week. Even if you only have 1 to 2 minutes, any time is going to be better than nothing at all. Intensity, so you want to hold a stretch to a position of mild discomfort. You don't want to feel any pain, but you do want to be able to feel that stretch. Duration, when you're starting out stretching, you can hold the stretch for 10 seconds, and then you can eventually work your way up to 30 seconds or 60 seconds as you feel more comfortable with that stretch. Just some general guidelines for stretching. You want to make sure to stretch slowly and smoothly and never bounce. So stretching is a steady process, and unlike other forms of exercise, it's gauged in seconds and not necessarily repetitions. So you want to move slowly and smoothly and avoid any pulsing movements. You want to maintain normal breathing during each movement as well. So sometimes it can be easy to get distracted by really focusing on the stretch and making sure you're doing everything correct. But you want to make sure you are breathing through that stretch. It'll be more comfortable and ensure you get the best stretch for that muscle. Focus the attention on the muscle being stretched and try to limit movement in other body parts. So this just ensures that you get the best stretch for the muscle that you're working on. And you want to feel the stretch, but don't strain by stretching too far. So again, a stretch should not hurt. You should stretch until you feel it, but not to the point of pain. Overextension injuries, which include injuries related to pulling, lifting, pushing, and throwing, those type of injuries not only have consistently been the #1 workplace injury, but also the most expensive. So that's why making sure your team members are physically ready for work reduces injury and promotes health, safety, and team culture. And a growing number of electric utility companies have been teaching their employees how to stretch at the beginning of the workday as well as throughout the workday to prepare for physically demanding tasks. And according to research, many companies have reported a significant reduction in injuries after implementing stretching programs, some as much as 30% or more. So it really goes to show that stretching can help. It can help to reduce those injuries and also promote wellness. And you can kind of compare pre-work stretching to the warm-ups that athletes perform before a sporting event. So I want to go over 2 different types of stretches you can do. The first one is static stretching, and this is where you use slow movement to reach a point of stretching, and you hold the position for about 5 to 10 seconds and then relax. So here we have some examples of static stretches. We have a neck stretch, lateral side stretch, tricep stretch, and upper shoulder stretch. And static stretching is good for if you're feeling stiff. So again, if you have a desk job or maybe you ride in the car for long hours or first thing in the morning. They're also good for after a workout. The other kind of stretch you can do is dynamic stretching. So in dynamic stretching, you're moving through a range of motion, and it kind of mimics sports movements and uses controlled gentle motion. So here we have a couple examples of dynamic stretches. We have leg swings and walking lunges. So these type of movements are good to do either before a workout or if you have a job that requires you to be a little bit more physically active, you can do it before then as well. And these stretches are good because they help to prepare your muscles and joints for the movements they're about to perform. And of course, you can modify a movement or stretch if you experience any kind of discomfort. And you can do that by reducing the range of movement, so not stretching quite as far, or reducing the number of repetitions or the amount of seconds that you're stretching for. So I want to focus on some good resources for you guys. I know it can be difficult to know where to start with stretching and how to incorporate that into your busy day. So I want to give you some local resources here. And the first one is the YMCA. So it looks like you have 3 to 4 locations in your area, which is great. And not only does the Y have exercise equipment, personal trainers, and a swimming pool, but they also offer great exercise classes as well, some that focus on flexibility and balance as well. So a couple of examples of those, we have Y Stretch. It really focuses on just stretching and improving that flexibility. It's a really great beginner class, and it's really relaxing as well. Yoga is another class they offer. It focuses on stretching, flexibility, and core work. Pilates is another one. It really works on your core and flexibility, and it's a pretty intense class and a great workout. Body Flow mixes a little bit of yoga with stretching, and then Tai Chi is a mix of meditation, stretching, and balance. So these are just a few of the classes they offer. You can go to the website, choose the location you want to look at, and they'll give you a calendar of what classes they offer, when, and a good description of each class. One of the cool things about the Y is if you join, then you have access to all of the Ys in the country. So say you're out of town one weekend in Birmingham and you want to get a workout in or go to a class, you can certainly do that there, which is neat. And also, if you know anybody who has a membership to the Y, you can go with them and you have 3 free guest passes. So you can really test it out, see if it's something you want to commit to. Another good resource is Eastchase. So they actually offer free exercise classes, including yoga, on their green space area throughout the year. So they're starting back up in April, and you can check out their website, and they have an event calendar. It'll list everything they have, when and what to expect. And this is a really great free resource. You can bring your friends and family, and again, it's just a great way to kind of test the waters and see if this is something you're really interested in, maybe for the future. It's also a great way to get a workout in. There are also a lot of great yoga studios in the area as well. So if you know that you're really interested in yoga, these could be some great places to look into. And all of them have beginner yoga, and some of them focus on different types of yoga, like hot yoga or yoga with meditation or yoga for chronic pain. So again, if you know you want to do yoga, you're really interested in that, maybe check out some of these places and see if that's something that could be for you. There's also some great online resources for you as well. So nowadays there's an app for everything, including apps for working on stretching and flexibility. So I wanted to share some of those with you. Stretching Sworkit, it's this orange and white icon at the top left, and it's a free stretching and flexibility app. They have videos for yoga and stretching and Pilates, different things like that, and it's free to use. Simply Yoga is this purple app at the top. It's free and perfect for beginners. So this app contains videos anywhere from 20 to 60 minutes long, and the instructor walks you through each pose step by step. So it's really great for those who are just beginning and are interested in yoga. 5-Minute Yoga is another free app. It's really for those that want a quick and regular yoga session to incorporate in their day. And Pocket Yoga, you can do a free 7-day trial with this one. It just offers a little bit more variety with instructors and different types of yoga there. So you can try that one out for free and then decide if you want to upgrade if you really like it. Another good free resource is YouTube channels. So there's a ton of them out there. There's people who do beginner yoga and stretching and really anything that you can think of. So I've listed a couple here, and you can also just go to YouTube and type in whatever you're looking for and pretty much find anything there. So online resources are really great because they're free and you can do them in the comfort of your own home. So just a couple of things to leave you with here. Just remember, it's never too late to start. So I thought this picture was cute. It's a couple, they're 80 years old, and they decided to run a marathon together recently. And that's definitely something you have to be flexible for. So no matter your age, you can learn to be flexible, and you can do a lot of great things with it. Be patient with it. So stretching once isn't going to magically give you that perfect flexibility. Just like it might have taken you a couple weeks to get those tight muscles, it might take you a couple weeks to gain that flexibility back. But it's something to commit to, something to try and incorporate in your day-to-day routine, and it's something you can learn to enjoy too. It can be really relaxing and good for the body and mind. So I encourage you to look into those local resources, maybe some online resources or things in your community that can help you get that stretching into your daily routine.